This is a tarot reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Tarot is not fortune telling. I will not tell you anything that you don't already know. This is just a tool for your soul's expansion. So if you're okay with that, we're going to go ahead and get straight into the reading. We're going to do overall energy, clarification, and end with an oracle card. All right, Aquarius, let's see what is coming up for you. What do you need to know? What needs to be brought to your attention in this moment? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. It looks like you're dealing with some sort of conflict right now, or you don't see that coming for you. This is conflict that is like, it's pretty unnecessary. This could just be you within your own thoughts, like thinking one thing but then acting in another way, and that's conflicting to you, or wanting to pursue something but being delayed, it's conflicting to you. There's something about like resources and like feeling like you need to take things for yourself, or act before something bad can happen, or act before someone else can act. This is like competitive energy. I would say that it's unnecessary and it's actually counterproductive, because even if you fight the fight, no one really wins. It's just not good vibes. So I would take a look at any conflict that is in your life or that does come up, and basically choose your battles. Choose what is really important to you to fight for, and let everything else fall away. You don't need to control things. You also don't need to like outperform or compete with other people. There is something about gaining information, gaining knowledge, but yeah, the conflict is just unnecessary. You do have the Ace of Wands, so I think that you are following inspiration, or you have like a new belief system or something that you're going after. You're wanting to take an action. You have like an inspiration or like a download, like you've had a vision of something and you're wanting to go after it. There's something about things not working out, or you focusing on things that haven't worked out, and wanting to walk away from that because you want more. But there's a little bit of a hang up here with you being like pessimistic, focusing on, you know, failures or just like things that didn't work out. You're focusing so much on it that it is delaying you from taking the action you need to take and moving forward, moving towards more, dropping the things that don't serve you. It doesn't matter how long you've invested in them. It doesn't matter you know, just how long you've invested in something. A lot of the times we don't want to walk away from things purely because we've taken so much time and effort and energy, and we've put so much emotion into it, and we don't want to walk away from it. We don't want to accept defeat or admit failure or admit that we made mistakes, and so we just stay in a situation. But that's counterproductive, counterintuitive. It's just not something that you should be doing. And I think that in order to walk away from these things, finally, you need to be able to differentiate between your ego and your higher self when it comes to people presenting themselves certain ways, situations presenting a certain way. There's a lot of like confusion going on. I think because maybe in the past you've made mistakes, now you're like, I don't know if I trust myself to make the right decisions moving forward. But if you tap into your intuition, and your emotional guidance system, you will be able to figure out what is the action that you need to take moving forward. What decisions do you need to make? Who do you listen to? What relationships do you invite into your life? How do you, like, and what is the hierarchy of that? You know what I mean? Like, really prioritizing on what you can control, letting go of what you can't, focusing on the positive in your life. Don't like ignore the negative, but don't let it consume you. Don't let your past mistakes consume you. Really focus on these new downloads that you have and this new information that you have based on whatever this conflict is going to show you. And really choose to walk in alignment moving forward. I think a lot of things might not have worked out for you in the past, or you're going through a time where it's like you're trying to do things but there's delays, or it's just like you're really taking into account all of the things that haven't worked out and all of the mistakes that you've made, and you're just really doing like a lot of self-reflecting, but try not to get down on yourself about that and dwell on the negative. You need to make choices every day to walk in alignment with your highest self moving forward, because the Judgment card is about, you know, these people are coming out of their graves to be judged by the angel for their lives, for the actions that they've taken, and it's only up to you whether or not you've been walking in alignment, whether or not you're happy with your choices and the way that you're choosing to live your life, your thoughts, your internal dialogue, you know, is that in alignment with what you want for yourself, that kind of thing. Okay, let's dig a little deeper and get some clarification cards for you, Aquarius. If this reading doesn't resonate, make sure to check your other placements. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Pentacles. This is about giving and receiving. This is about generosity, charity. A lot of the times with the Six of Pentacles, for me personally, what comes to me as a tarot reader is, are you giving to situations that don't offer any reciprocity? Are you giving to people in situations and circumstances that aren't giving you anything back? Are you just like this endlessly giving, selfless person that just keeps trying to make something fit and make something work that just isn't working? Are you investing in something that isn't going to have any returns? Are you, you know, or on the opposite end of that, you could be the person who is just asking for handouts, wanting people to help you, wanting things to just fall into your lap, always taking and not willing to give in a situation. And you really need to look at that, because you are both, and you could be both at different times. And you need to look at, you know, how much do I want to invest in things that aren't giving anything back to me? How many times have I tried to make this work and it's not working? Because the scales will be balanced. This is all about balancing the scales, balancing your time and energy that you're putting into certain things, and really looking at, you know, are you the person who is looking for handouts, or are you the person giving handouts to people who don't deserve it, or situations that don't deserve it, whether that's your money, your energy, whatever it is. I think that you will gain clarity around that. You just don't see it coming yet. It's still a little unclear to you. The Ace of Wands is backed by the Page of Cups. So this is about creative opportunities. This is you, this is like a happy surprise, intuitive messages. So yeah, you're gonna get some sort of download where you understand something, or you're ready to move forward with something, or you're ready to invest in something. It's going to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to give you back some happiness in whatever this challenging situation that you've been going through. You're gonna get some sort of download where you're like, oh, this is why, or this is what I have to do next. And it's going to give you some like positivity back in this like sea of turbulence, this like this time of the unknown, which could be, you know, very uncomfortable. The Five of Cups is backed by the Four of Swords. So I really think that you need to not act, and instead, like, not act on the pessimism and the disappointments and the failures, and instead focus on, you know, what you can control, and really take time to rest and recuperate after whatever this thing is. It's like whatever this negative situation or whatever this was that didn't work out, it's negative and it sucks, but it's not the end all be all. It's water under the bridge, and you do need to move on. And I think in order to do that, you need to maybe take some time for yourself. You need to really meditate, maybe journal, about it, and really think about your response to things before you act irrationally. Don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions type thing. The Eight of Cups is backed by the Six of Cups. So I do think that maybe you stuck around for a while for something because there was some sort of nostalgia that came with it. We can have a hard time walking away from things that we've invested in or that have been in our life for a long time. That could even just be like an emotional... I always have a hard time coming up with what I'm trying to say right here. We all have like an emotional baseline, and sometimes that comes from our childhood, and it's hard to step away from it, but it's something we have to do moving forward if we want a different reality than what we've been experiencing. It's hard to step into a new life because it's unfamiliar, we don't know, it's the unknown. It's, you know, sometimes people think like, well, the devil I know is better than the devil I don't because at least I know what to expect here. But I wouldn't say that that's true. I don't think that's a good thing to fall back on as your excuse of why you should stay in a situation that is not fulfilling for you. So even though this is familiar to you, this negativity that you're experiencing, it's not where you should be, and that's why it feels negative. And your emotional guidance system is trying to guide you to go for more because you do want more. The Seven of Cups is backed by the Knight of Cups. This is about creativity, imagination. This is about following your heart. I think that you, in order to determine what actions to take or what to invest in, or, you know, because right now it's like a confusing time where there's like all these different ways that you could do something, or all these different people, or all these different opportunities, or something like that. There's like a lot going on and you're not really sure which direction to go. I would say follow your heart. Your heart is not going to speak fear into you. It's not going to speak pessimism and fear. Like, you're not going to feel anxiety. Your heart will tell you, you know, the good side of things. So being able to differentiate, you know, between how certain things make you feel. If this one thing makes you feel anxiety and this other thing makes you feel, you know, hopeful, go towards the hopeful thing. Even if it seems scary because you don't know what's on the other side of that, that's better than going towards something that you know is going to bring you anxiety. That's the kind of thing that I'm trying to share here. The Judgment is backed by the Eight of Wands. So I think that once you align your actions with your morals, once you decide like, this is the path I'm going to take because this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what is aligned with my soul's purpose, you know, I think going through all of this is going to help you see what your path is and what you need to do. Once you do that, you're going to start taking action. It's just going to start flowing. Things are going to start moving faster for you. And I think that you are going to feel much better about yourself, because although you're going through this tumultuous time where there's a lot of confusion and having to step away from old patterns of being and people and situations and things like that, and it's tumultuous and it's confusing and it's kind of hard and you have to leave your comfort zone and stuff like that, it's like once you do it though, you are stepping in alignment with who you really are, and things are going to start to work out. I think things are going to I think in order to move forward and move out of this illusion that you've been stuck in, you need clarity, you need boundaries, you need information, you need to feel like you know what you're talking about and like you know what to do. And I think in order to do that, as an Aquarius, as an air sign, you want to gather all of the information. You want to feel like you have like the credentials to back what it is that you're trying to do, and that will help you illuminate the way. You do have the Knight of Wands in the World here, so I do think that things will take a turn, a cycle will end, and you will be able to move forward. We're going to do an oracle card to end this reading for you, Aquarius. You do have prayer answered. This is number 12. I'm going to read the passage to end this reading for you. Buffalo. North American Plains Indian tribes revered the great buffalo. Buffalo provided the means for survival and very little was wasted. Buffalo was life. Sacred dance ceremonies were performed to honor buffalo and ask for a successful hunt. In these ceremonies, dancers would become the buffalo in spirit. The lesson of buffalo is the importance of asking the great mystery for help through syncing your prayers with action to create abundance and success. Act as if your prayers have already been answered. When we act as though our prayers have been answered, we become a magnet for our prayers to manifest themselves in their physical forms. Let's say you are experiencing disunity and having a difficult time with a colleague. Your prayer is to resolve the issue and have unity between the two of you. Your prayer to the great mystery would be to ask for unity with your coworker and then to act as if you already had it. This would look like being kind, respectful, and showing love to your coworker immediately, regardless of whether their problem was resolved or not. This action is what would create the unity and eventually dissolve the issue. When buffalo tramples into your spread, this medicine is a confirmation that your prayers are being heard, but it is of the utmost importance that you stand in unwavering blind faith that they are coming to fruition. Endure the time and uncertainty because your deepest heart's desires will be manifested. Act like the person whose prayer has already been answered. I hope that you guys liked this reading. If you did and it resonated, let me know how in the comments below. If you want a more personal reading, personals are available on Etsy. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.